Hey guys, and welcome to Getting Huge. So you OG subscribers will remember way back a few years ago I did some series called Getting Huge, where basically a bulking series. I was trying to gain as much mass as possible. Difference is now, the things I know now compared to what I knew back then, man, I would have made so much more progress. And this year has been a complete shit show, and the last few weeks I've been kind of deciding what I want to do with the rest of the year. And these boxes have a little bit of a clue to do with it. So yes, I'm going to be doing a bulking series. It's going to be, but I've got a lot more planned for this one. It's not going to be so random. I've got a lot more structure. My knowledge of just fitness training, bodybuilding, everything has increased so much in the past few years. Working in personal training has helped. Doing online coaching has helped a ton. Having a coach has helped a lot. I'm a lot more mature. I understand things a lot better now. I'm a lot less reckless. So here we go. Let's just go how I got to my decision to do this. Basically, gyms have been reopened 1 month now. I was getting settled back into the routine of working, and also I needed to build up enough income to get the cycle ready for this. So that's why there's been a bit of delay from when the gyms opened. Also, I had a holiday, so I was just sort of easing myself back into the proper training, making sure I was mentally in the right headspace to do this, and I definitely am. So here's how it's going to go. I'm just going to cover the cycle, the food, and a whole bunch of other stuff, and we're going to go from there. So my bulking cycle is going to be one that I've not really done before. It's a standard bulk cycle for most people, and it's going to be test, DECA, and MK677, which I'll get into a bit later, but it's basically going to help my body create growth hormone and IGF-1, which is going to help with my joints, and I'll explain why when I come to the sort of training aspect. But basically I've been doing a lot heavier lifting, and my joints need this extra protection. So I'm going to start off on 600 test, 600 DECA, which is already quite a big cycle. I'm not going to use MK677 for the first month, and there's a reason for that. I'm going to add it in after 4 weeks. We're going to carry on with 600 test, 600 DECA for at least 2, maybe 3 months. Then I'm going to decide whether I want to bump the doses up or whether I'm getting adequate results. And I may push it up to 800 milligrams, maybe even a gram of each a week. I know that's a pretty big dose, but I want to get really fucking big, and you have to, you know, do quite large cycles, right? I might not even need to get up to that. 600 may be plenty. I'm just saying I'm willing to push it if I need to. So that's it for the cycle, really simple. I'll be taking a little bit of Adex and a little bit of K-bar to stop my prolactin and estrogen levels getting too out of control. So I start the cycle tomorrow, and we're going to go straight in 600 test, 600 DECA from the get-go. It obviously takes quite a while to build up in your system, because I've chosen the slower esters, DECA and test SIP, so they're going to gradually build up. So for the first 4 weeks, I'm going to do something a bit different, and it's completely opposite to what you'd expect from a bulk. So the biggest problem I've had over the last few years is consistency with eating. I've always struggled with this. Even when I prep the right foods and stuff, I never seem to get into the habit of weighing out all perfectly, and I always have cheat meals where I shouldn't. The start of this year I really squashed that with my prep for my show. I actually really got the nail on the head. For 4 weeks I was being really serious with my diet. I know I can do it. I was exactly on point with everything I ate. I made a lot of progress in a month, cut down a lot, and essentially I'm going to do a similar sort of thing to start off my bulk. That makes no sense maybe, but I'm just going to explain to you why I'm doing that. Firstly, one, at the moment my body fat is still too high for what I want, and if I start just smashing a ton of calories at the start of my bulk before the drugs have even really kicked in, I'm just going to end up putting on a lot of fat, a lot of water weight that's completely unnecessary, and I think it's just the wrong way to go about it, and I'm going to slip into bad habits straight away, start eating the wrong kind of food straight away. I need to get myself into that mental habit of eating the right foods, like 5-6 meals a day, you know, eating regularly, not snacking on anything I shouldn't be, not having extra meals that I shouldn't be, just being really on point with what I eat. So the plan is we've got this meal prep from Muscle Foods. Now, I've been really lucky. They've decided to partnership with me because I'm on all the platforms like YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. They said I'm pretty much a perfect fit, and they've been really nice to send me out a week's worth of free food. So I have gone for the 1800 calorie meal plan, which is the biggest one they do. So Muscle Foods are more for cutting diets. They're more for people trying to lose weight, more for average people as well trying to lose weight. Not necessarily bodybuilders the size of me, but it's really easy to adapt this into a bulking diet. But for the first 4 weeks, I'm gonna stick to the 1800 calories, and I'm gonna simply add 200 to 300 grams of chicken breast a day to up the protein, because the amount of protein in them, for me, isn't sufficient. For most other people, it'd be plenty, but for me, I need that little bit extra, so I'm just gonna do basic chicken breast, chuck it in there. You'll see when I get to doing all the meals, because we're gonna be reviewing all the foods in this, what they taste like, you know, how nutritionally valuable they actually are. I'm going to go through the macros and all the packets, see which meals are the best, see which meals are the worst, so that when I do my reorder for the next week's food, I can pick out the most effective ones. So I just sort of bought one of everything today, which is in these boxes, and then Amy's got the exact same thing. She's got a week of meals as well, so we're both doing this together, which is going to make it far easier to stick to. So yes, the goal at the start of my bulk is to cut. I know it seems stupid, but it's to get me into that pattern. And it's not stupid as well, because I want to strip as much body fat off at the start. I'm not going to lose any muscle, and then at the 1 month part, once the drugs are properly starting to, you know, snowball, kick in, I am going to reverse diet out of it. So it's going to be probably about 2,000 to 2,100 calories a day with the added chicken in it. And then simply what I'm going to do is add 100 to 200 calories a week, and just keep increasing the calories until a point where I'm satisfied. You know, I'm just above my BMR, and my body should just grow without putting on fat. That's the biggest problem a lot of people face, including myself. I put on way too much fat when I bulk. I'm so inconsistent. My diet is a fucking diabolical. It's bad for your health when you do that, if you're not eating the right kind of things. So this is just gonna keep me stuck on the ball. And it's surprisingly damn cheap as well, the muscle foods. But we're gonna go into like all of the meals in a separate video, because there's a lot to cover in that. So the final thing I wanted to talk about is my training and how I'm going to be monitoring and tracking that. And Amy recently got me this fucking awesome smartwatch. It's called the Corna Magic Watch 2, and it pairs with our Hawaii health app on our phone. So we're getting more serious about tracking workouts. So on here, I'm going to pull up on the screen. I recorded my my cycle to and from the gym this morning, which is where I work. So you can see sort of speeds, exact distance. This thing's got GPS in it. I'm going to be covering all sort of features in it, but you can record calorie burn, resting heart rate, altitude. It's got comfort. It's got so much stuff on it, and it's making me think more about how I'm training, optimal ways of training, how I'm going to get my fitness up. I've realised that my resting heart rate in general is way too high. There's lots of things that it's made me think about things and how I'm going to adjust my training to boot, and I can show you these actual stats on the screen that are real, so you can actually physically see the sort of workouts I've been having, my heart rates during the workout, and all that kind of thing. So it's really cool, lots of data to be had there and to have fun looking at and comparing. And there's a ton of other features on here too, like stress tests, loads of things I haven't even got round to trying it, 'cause I've only had it a week. So we're going to be using this bad boy, and I've got a digital scales which connect to my phone to measure my weight digitally on that as well. It's got a body fat percentage reader on it. It's rubbish, it thinks I'm 45% body fat, but there you go. We're trying to up our fitness tech game and get a bit more serious just about everything in general. Training wise for my bulk, I've got a very specific format already laid out for myself. I've got a basic linear strength program, mostly focusing on squats, to be honest. The deadlift and the bench press, I'm not really going to do much strength training for them. I'm going to really focus on the squats, because that's what I need. Which is another reason why I've gone for the DECA and the MK677, is to my knee tendons keep getting inflamed. Also, when I was doing heavy bench, this right elbow kept getting inflamed really badly. And as I'm pushing the weights heavier and heavier each week, your tendons and ligaments do not strengthen at the same speed that your muscles do, especially on a drug like Tren, which I was using before. So I'm getting way stronger, but my joints just cannot keep up. So switching to DECA is going to really help, you know, hopefully keep those joints strong, healthy, and hopefully prevent me from getting any injuries when I'm doing this heavy lifting as a base to my workouts. So I'm just going to do the standard bro split, but focus on my weak areas. So calves 3 times a week, legs 3 times a week. The leg sessions aren't always going to be super intense. So one's going to be my heavy powerlifting session with heavy squats into possibly sumo deadlifts. The reason I'm doing these, I'll get more into later, is my adductors are really small. I've noticed my legs are small mostly because my adductors are terrible, and our gym doesn't have an adductor machine, the birth givers I call them. So instead, I'm going to simply do wide stance squats, sumo deadlifts, really work that groin muscle, try and thicken it out, try and target the muscles that I've never really effectively trained before, because I've always done something the same way over and over again. Vary my training a bit and, you know, help build and round out my physique, which I need to do. Forearms, I'm definitely working on more, and I think they are slowly getting there. Like, they need a lot more work. But I've got fat grips, I'm doing heavy like shrugs and rows. I'm really doing targeted training and frequency of training on my weaker areas to catch them up to my stronger body parts, such as chest, shoulders. My triceps were a lot weaker as well, and I've worked on them a lot, so they are definitely getting a lot bigger and finally sort of balancing out with the rest of my arm. Still need way more work though, and that is what this bulk is about. You know, rounding out my physique, improving legs, the main thing. My torso I think is pretty damn good, like I'm there mostly symmetry wise, just need some forearms and triceps. My back is always grows really nicely. Just really hammering the legs 3 times a week and just gradually increasing the intensity and time of my workouts. And you'll get to see how long my workouts are because I can record them on the watch. You can see the whole workout, my heart rates during the workout. So when I say I do a 2.5 hour workout every day, and some people call bullshit, I can show the stats on that. So yeah, I'm really excited to just get going with this. Tomorrow, my first jab is gonna be awesome. And working in a gym is the absolute perfect place to do it. Plus this gym is amazing. Everyone there is really friendly. Nobody judges you because you're on a cycle or anything. Working there's just nice, it's easy, it's fun. I enjoy it, I don't have to teach classes. And you know, as I get to know more people around the area, I'll slowly build up a client base to help my online stuff. Everything is moving in the right direction finally after Corona. It was an absolute shit show. I completely lost my shape. I lost my motivation. So yeah, now the business is getting back on track and I'm just feeling better about everything. I'm just in the right mental state to really push my body and myself to the limit and see what I can achieve. So yeah, I hope you guys look forward to a lot of cool content coming, and let's see just how much size I can add. It's going to be a long, fun ride. But yeah, first 4 weeks we're going to try and just drop the body fat, and after that we're going to really smash adding as much mass as we can slowly over time. We're not going to rush it, we're not going to eat too much food, we're going to use these meal preps to really help us. And you know, I've got a proper plan figured out for once. I'm not just randomly winging it. I know I'm prone to do that. I've grown up and matured, like I said. I'm really taking things a lot more seriously rather than just randomly doing stuff now. Everything has a purpose, and when everything has a purpose, good things happen very quickly with bodybuilding. It's just consistency, and I've just lacked that. I know I've lacked that, and now I'm really willing to put in the work, and I want this badly, you know. So let's go, let's enjoy this series hopefully, and we'll catch you for the next video. We're going to unbox all of this and try out some of the meals. Catch you next time.